You could say I was in for a rude awakening when I turned on my PlayStation 4 today. But in all seriousness, I had no idea that DLC 1 for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was already here. To be perfectly honest, I didn't even buy my Season Pass yet. But once I found out the news, I jumped on the PlayStation Network, coughed up my $50, and then got on the Awakening playlist. In this mini-series, I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on these 4 multiplayer maps. I'm going to be recommending some weapons, some perks, and some specialists, and more. I hope you enjoy. Welcome back to the mini-series. Today we're talking about the Rise map, which is another map that I do not care for from this DLC. There's 2 maps that I liked, 2 maps that I didn't like. This is the second one that I didn't like. If you haven't seen the first 2 videos on Splash and Skyjacked, I'm always going to keep calling that map Hijacked because it's just the exact same as an older map, but if you haven't seen either of those 2 videos yet, they'll be linked in the card in the top right corner. Make sure you click on that and check those out either right now or when this video is over. They will also be linked in the description below. So, Rise is, well, it's an interesting map to say the least. It's kind of at a stage right now where people don't know how to play it. So, the way that I thought it would be played wasn't being played, so I ended up doing pretty bad. My team kind of got wrecked a little bit. There was like there was 4 guys on the other team that were all in a clan. They were all playing together, so they were doing callouts and whatever, and obviously they had been playing all day long because they were in the hardpoint points before I even knew where they were. This was my first game on this map, by the way. And my team's kind of all running around just trying to figure out the map and stuff. You see a lot of people when you get into these DLC playlists, and a lot of people are just running around just randomly just looking at stuff, like looking at the walls and crap, like, and that was happening with my team a little bit. And the other team was just going ham, like they were try hard jumping on the hard point like before the hard point was even up and all kinds of crazy stuff. They had obviously been playing on this playlist like from the second it came out, so we really didn't even stand a chance. I think we came back a little bit towards the end, but I think they still won. So that's why the gameplay is going to be so poor. Like, these guys knew what they were doing, and they were all, because we're playing Hardpoint, they weren't playing the map that I believe the map is supposed to be played, because Hardpoint is one of those game modes that no matter what map you're on, you're going to use a special class for a Hardpoint game. Like, on this map, there's a lot of long-range sightlines. There's a lot of length to each of the lanes, and there's a lot of like overlooking spots that you can look down. So this is a map that's made for long-range or accurate assault rifles and LMGs or sniper rifles. So those are the guns that I would recommend that you use on this map in a regular game mode like Team Deathmatch or Safeguard or Domination. But Hardpoint is one of those game modes where everybody uses SMGs. So I'm going to be switching to an SMG in this gameplay in a little bit because I just kept getting massacred by these SMG users. Like, I would be standing in a window trying to block off an area, and people would just jump in that window with SMGs and just hose me down because everyone's playing Hardpoint, everyone's using SMGs and like corner camping, and it was just a really hectic game. And I do believe that in a regular game mode, and once the DLC kind of settles down, this is going to be a long range camp it out with your LMG style map. So get in those upper windows. There's a lot of windows overlooking the center of the map, probably where the B dom is. I don't think I've played Domination on this map yet, but where B dom is, I would assume there's like 3 different windows that overlook there. It's like, this is almost like the Splash map, that it's so networked with different pathways, but it's almost more confusing than helpful. Like on the Splash map, you can go around and it's pretty simple. Like, you can figure out that this tunnel leads to there, and you can go underwater to sneak up on these guys. This map is kind of just like excuse my language, but it's just a big clusterfuck of just random shit everywhere. Like, it's an under construction research facility. So basically what that means is we can just put whatever we want wherever we want, and you guys have to get over it because it's just it's a crazy map. Like, there's no organization to this map. Like, there are 3 lanes sort of, but there's so many intersections. Like, I think there's more intersections on this map between the lanes than there is on Splash. And Splash has a lot of intersections. Like, that's a water park. water parks have intersections. This is just like a random like building, and it's got like 90 different ways to get in between the lanes, which can be fun, but it's more hectic than anything. You're going to be shot in the back so many times that you won't even know how to count how many times you're going to get shot in the back by people that have more experience on this map than you, and people that are corner camping and stuff are just a pain in the ass. This water area that I'm entering right now, probably like the most annoying part in the entire game. In the splash map guide, I did recommend that you should swim in that map. On this map, I would highly recommend that you stay away from swimming as much as you can, because there's so many little nooks and crannies in that water. There's like little tubes and stuff that you can swim through. If you go into that swimming area, you're probably going to die, because there's always somebody in that swimming area camping in one of those little tubes, like swimming underwater. Like, it's so crazy. Like, the size of this map is just, it's too much to handle. It's almost like this map was made to have 9 people on it. It's made for a ground war game. It's not made for a regular game. And that's a big problem. I think that there's big maps that actually work, and then there's big maps that are just too confusing or just too spread out to actually make any sense. And I think that's what this map is. It's too spread out for a 6-man team, and it's just more confusing than anything. So that's what I have to say about this map. Like I said, you're probably going to want to use accurate assault rifles, LMGs, or sniper rifles, and then camp in some of those higher level windows or overlooks. There's a lot of areas that kind of look from one end of the map to the other. You can kind of look from about mid to the other person's spawn and whatever. And there's a lot of different little cover spots on this map. Like, you can't go 3 steps without finding another little thing to head glitch behind. So it's a really great map for kind of camping it out and hiding behind these little areas. However, right now, because it's just so new and Black Ops 3 is an SMG driven game, about 90% of the people that are playing on this map are using SMGs anyways, and even if you're camping behind those little sections, SMG users will run up and spray you, and they'll get up behind you. They'll use some of these 90 different ways to sneak up on you and shoot you in the back. So be prepared for that. For the time being, I would use SMGs on this map. Try to stick with more long-range SMGs like the VMP or the Kuda. Don't go for the Vesper just yet, because even though there's a lot of SMG users on this map, a lot of the open areas are quite long, and you're going to need the time and the accuracy to actually hit enemies at longer ranges. So the VMP and Kuda work quite well. The Vesper is probably not a good idea. Neither is the no, the Razorback would actually be a great idea too. The Razorback would be a really, really good SMG on this. I think the Razorback might actually be the best SMG on this, because it's like an SMG assault rifle hybrid. So you could kind of switch in between running and gunning and hiding behind the little head glitch spots and stuff. So that would be probably the best bet for this for this map. I just haven't unlocked that one on my current prestige, so I haven't tried it out yet. Make sure you try out the Razorback on this map. Let me know in the comment section down below if you tried it out and if it works. I think it would probably be your best bet on this map. Tell me what you think about this map in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. As far as anything else goes, like perks and specialists, this really is just such a huge map that it really doesn't matter. Like, there's no specific specialist that's going to make you do any better on this map. There's no specific perks that are going to help you out. Maybe stealth perks, but I found even running stealth is kind of hard on this map. Even though there's just 90 different ways to go in between all these 3 lanes, there's always somebody watching them. Like, there's a lot of ways, there's a lot of intersections, but they're all visible to, or they're all audible to people using awareness, or they're all visible to people that are using UAVs and stuff. It's very easy to track you on this map. So stealth isn't necessarily the best bet, but if you're really adamant to use, if you're really good at using stealth, or you really want to use stealth, then maybe you should run Ghost and Blast Suppressor and all that pizzazz. The one thing that I did say is avoid the water. That why I said that in the splash video as well, for being a stealthy player. Same as on this map, don't go to that right lane, don't go in the water, or you probably will get caught if you're trying to use stealth. But stealth, really not a great idea either. I mean, I just don't like this map. Maybe I'm biased because I just don't like the map, but I just can't think of a single great thing to do on this map that it's going to make your life a lot easier on this map. I honestly can't think of something that's just going to make you better than anybody else. But maybe you guys can. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you check out the card in the top right corner and the first 2 videos of this little mini series. And I'll see you guys on the next video.